Howdy folks, it's all Turtle here and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator, and you will see a thing up here on the screen right now that is continued from previous episode, and that's because we're continuing from the previous video a day or two ago, and we're going to finish our flight. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, then you need to kind of watch part 1 because I'm not going to re-explain what we're doing. We're literally just continuing from that previous video, so there you go. Even if you haven't seen the previous video, it's pretty obvious, right? We're flying across Mexico. We're about to land at Mike Golf Mike Mike in a little bit. It says about 21 minutes, but with a descent, taxiing, shutdown, sightseeing, it's going to be a full-length video, right? So I maybe could have split the videos a little bit sooner, but I don't think it really matters. If this is a quick video, it's a quick video, but it's never that quick. I haven't touched anything with autopilot since the end of the previous video, so we still have speed set to manual, although as it goes into overspeed, auto throttle will turn off, and then it slowly slows down until we stall and crash. So I had to set that manually. 38,000 feet, real world weather's turned on. Time of day, while I'm recording this, I mean right after the other one ended, so time of day has stayed the same. I don't know what time it is. 2:30 p.m. I set it to, because I started in the morning. We've been flying for almost an hour, and looking at the mountains is very beautiful. I'm just waiting for instructions to descend. Normally descend about 150 nautical miles out, and we're about that right now. So we should be getting descent instructions any minute. As I said in the first part of the video, the flight plan on the flight planning screen is just fly straight in, unless weather changed. If they do give us a different procedure, we'll hit procedure, then we'll hit all these things and try to remember how to do that. I know once I remember how to do this, it's very, very simple. In fact, it's pretty obvious, but I do it so rarely these days that I forget in between. I guess I could write it out on my checklist, the steps, so when I get the instructions, I could put it in here. All that will do is, whoops, I was already there. All that will do then is draw on our lines for autopilot to follow, if it's not going to be directly straight in. But I believe it's supposed to be directly straight in. Lines up perfectly. So we'll let autopilot step us down using flight level change up here. And we will controller speed, maybe VNAV will controller speed coming down. Not sure. Let's have a quick peek at that and see what it says for descent. I mean at 250 at 10,000 I guess. Always we'll control the speed ourselves. We can either do it with this manual speed control here or just turn off auto throttle. But anyway, the computer will bring us down to minimums, and then we will land. This does not have auto land in the sim. It will land itself, meaning it'll crash hard into the runway. So that's not really auto land. So we'll land it ourselves, but we'll use the computer to get there as close as we can. Alright, I've been enjoying these weather changes quite a bit. There's that huge storm back there that you would have seen in the previous video. Not sure if this is really what this is like in real life, or if that's just the way it's stitched together in the sim. Not sure. Let's see here. I did use an old livery as a throwback to like Flight Sim 2000? Maybe Flight Sim 10X, whatever. We all used to call it FSX, but the Flight Sim folks call it Flight Sim 10. But anyway, throwback to that. Anywho, green, not much to see in the way of towns, just these little tiny villages down here. And some haze, and some rolling hills. And now we're just literally waiting for descent instructions, which should come any second now. I don't think I missed a handoff or anything, no. So we'll just wait. So here's some sightseeing, I guess, until we get instructions, and then we'll be busy until we land. Alright, we just received instructions. 290.
Turtle Soup, Tango 41.
Which means we'll use my autopilot, my multi-panel. You can see in the top right there, we're going down to 290. And let's see if flight level change works with my thing. So there's flight level change. And there we go. It does work. All right, cool. So it will use whatever the FMS wants. Here we go, down there. Because remember, this was on manual, so I could control the speed, so it went over speed. But I put it back to FMS, and the reason for that is VNAV. Descent right there. 300 knots, or Mach 0.8. That's what that is. So that'll take care of that. That was super easy. We don't need to touch this again now unless they give us different fly-in instructions. But there you go. Auto throttle's on, so I don't do anything. Like I said in the first video, if you know the aircraft and you set things up right, you don't really do anything much during IFR flights. You just kind of hit autopilot and let it fly. And then hit buttons every now and then. So I do prefer GA flying and VFR flying because it's more consistent interaction, but hey, I like to do an IFR flight like this every now and then. I don't like to wait a year like I did since the last one, but I do like to do it. So we'll be doing more of these, just not as often as most people. You know, a lot of people, they only fly jets. That's the only flying they do. But anyway, don't need to worry about that. Alrighty, I'm just kind of concerned about our speed here, but I think we're going to be okay. Auto throttle will take care of it. But if it gets in the red, it'll cut it and slow down. So I do have to keep an eye on things. Not sure if I trust that yet. I'm trying to trust it. That's crazy, but not too crazy. I was talking to my real-life pilot friend about descent rates a couple years ago, and he said this stuff happens all the time, no big deal. Alright, see, now that's going to be crazy in the red, right? Now I don't want to overspeed, so I might have to go back to manual for now, and it'll go right up to there. Good. Speed should come back in, or throttle should come back in on its own, and it is. And it'll speed us back up to that. Fantastic. Alrighty. Alright, we'll just sit here now until they give us the next descent. So maybe some sightseeing unless they interrupt us with instructions. I'm just concentrating, that's why I'm talking funny. I'm making sure I have this right because it has been a while. Let me go back to FMS a second. Okay, it'll be fine. Okay, I'm going to keep that in FMS so the computer controls it. Alright, I think I'm good. I don't think I'm missing anything. It seems too easy. But I think we're good. So, sightseeing until we get more instructions, which will probably be as soon as I hit my button.
Tango, 41 descend and maintain 17,000 feet.
Alright, next instruction, 17,000.
17,000 feet turtle soup. Tango, 41.
So we'll go down to 17,000 like this. I think. And, whoa, come on now. There we go, and flight level change up there, because I don't have that on my multi-panel. And yeah, 300 knot descent rate or speed. Don't need to worry about barometer yet. There we go. I'm going to trust it this time. Oh, lost connection. Don't really care. It's a sim server thing. Obviously, I'm still on the internet because everything else I'm doing is working. Okay, let's look out the window at those mountains and we'll wait until we get more instructions.
Tango, 41 contact Central America Center on 123.9er. Good day.
Alright, handoff instructions.
123.9er Turtle Soup, Tango 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 41. Goodbye. Central America Center Turtle Soup, Tango 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 41, 17,000 feet.
Turtle Soup Tango Tango Tango, 41 Central America Center altimeter, 29.87 radar contact, continue.
Alright, updated the barometer by hitting B or Bravo. And we're going to hang out 17,000 feet until it tells us what to do. We'll keep our speed based on VNAV, let the computer do our speed. Yeah, otherwise I'll just do manual speed if I need to slow us down. And it says we're about 10 minutes out. Of course, it'll take a little bit longer than that. And we've been flying for an hour and 6 minutes. Alright. Simple. Back to sightseeing, I think, until it gives us... Oh, never mind.
Tango 41, you are 66 miles west. Descend and maintain 5,000 feet. Expect ILS Whiskey Runway 11 approach via MMMX transition. Clear to MMMX. Turtle Soup Tango 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 41 descend and maintain 4,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 4,000 feet. Expect ILS Whiskey Runway 11 approach via MMMX. Transition cleared to MMMX. Turtle Soup Tango 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 41.
Alrighty. Our speed is cruising, but we'll just leave it that way until we get closer. So they did say an approach. They said Emma? Is that what they said? ILS runway 11 through Emma transition. Let's see if I can remember how to do this. So if we go here, that's our airport. Nope. Okay, I did something wrong already. Oh, here you go. 11. Wait, what did it say? Whiskey? Did it say whiskey? It just says, yeah, whiskey. ILS whiskey 11 through Emma. There we go. Load and activate. Okay. Not approved. Whatever. Okay, it's going to make it do some funky monkey stuff. Look at that. See, this is the annoying thing. Look. It was going to be just fly straight in. Literally straight in. And now it's going to have us do all this crazy stuff. And zigzag around. And then have a short final. But what that does mean is this should change to ILS on its own. Okay. Oh, hey, it updated to 250. Cool. So it should change to the ILS radio frequency all by itself. So we shouldn't have to do anything. Otherwise, if it doesn't change, we'll come down here and we will, where is it? Out of my way. There's a thing over here where that we'll change this to ILS if it doesn't change on its own. So let's keep that screen up just in case we have to make a quick change. But because I activated it through here, it should change the radios and everything for us. So even though it looks stupid now, it actually will work out in our favor. ILS will pop up. It'll follow it. I shouldn't even have to hit maybe I have to hit approach on the GPS for that. I can't remember if I do or not for this airplane. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Anyway, so it looks silly now. It added some time, but that's okay. It'll work out in our favor in the end. So there you go. Alrighty. Some more sightseeing, I think. Looks like our weather is set now. Our speed is set just fine. And do I need to do anything with the bugs for, yes, landing? All on. There we go. There's our flaps and our landing speed. Perfect. Like I said, we'll keep that up in case I have to change that. Otherwise, we'll come back to that for the timers to stop the timer when we land. Alrighty, cool. Going down to 4,000 feet. It's doing its own thing. And I'll adjust speed manually if I need to. Auto throttle should do the work until the end. And I think we're good to go. So, yeah. It's just computery stuff. That's it. Alrighty, let's do some sightseeing until we get further instructions. So it's pretty crazy that they have us hanging on at 4,000 feet now the rest of the way, because there's a little bit of terrain in front of us. So sometimes you do have to take matters into your own hands, but I think we're going to be okay in the long run. Lot of turbulence this low though. Not sure what they're thinking, but whatever. That lake right there is that one. So the airport is up through there beyond the clouds, but that's okay. So I'm assuming, like I said, it'll change us to ILS on its own, because it has in the past in other aircraft. But it could be wrong, and we might have to panic click that, but we'll see. I'll be ready for it regardless. Anyway, they did give us a transition, which is interesting, because remember, when I clicked on this, it wasn't the arrival, it's the approach. The arrival was, I don't know, don't understand that, but we got to working with that there. So I did figure out in the end, because in other videos talking at length how I figure this out and then do it again, and it's easy, and then I don't do it for a year, and then I forget, then I figure it out after stumbling through it, and it's easy, etc., etc. But we got it. 250, we're just going to stay there at 250 until we get closer to final. We'll slow down to 180 at some point, 137 for approach. And you land with some throttle engaged in the jet. You don't land it idle like a prop. Anyway, we're in the clouds, and we're really close to that terrain. Oofda. But you know what? That's what they told us to do. We will get gear down soon, can't forget that. I guess that's a good time to go through our approach checklist. Weather and barometer, we've been keeping up on that. Landing lights on, we kept them on the whole time just because I like to. Landing speed bugs on, we did that already. Spoilers auto arm now, so I don't need that one. I don't need to arm the spoilers, they're automatic. Gear down when it's time, and flaps down when it's time. So that's it. Just gear and flaps is all we have left. I think, yeah, landing lights are on, yep. So gear and flaps, 1 minute till we turn, and then we got to figure out. Alrighty, making our turn for our S curve. Whoops. And then we're going to zigzag a little bit more, go around the lake or whatever is up there, and then rely on ILS for the runway. Just hope we have a long enough final that we can get down. I mean, I don't know why we wouldn't be able to. It is an official approach path. I'm just nervous because I didn't practice. But we'll get there, we'll figure it out. That looks really awesome though. That looks really cool. I believe that is the lake, so the runway will be on the other side of the lake. So yeah, it's going to be a really short final. They're setting us up for some trouble. I hope not, but I feel like it. When we get closer to here, it's the top of descent. When we get closer to there, we'll slow down to 180. I'll do it manually if I need to. In fact, why don't we switch over to manual now?
Contact approach on 120.0. Good day.
Going to 120.0 Turtle Soup, Tango Tango, Tango 41. Approach Turtle Soup, Tango Tango, Tango 41, 4,000 feet.
Turtle Soup, Tango, Tango, Tango. 41 approach altimeter, 29.88 radar contact. Continue to D345J.
Alrighty. Set this to manual now so I can slow us down to 180 in a minute. And then, because yeah, I don't think VNAV is going to set us to 180. It might, well, I guess it will only set us to 180 if it tells us with ATC, but I'll slow down before that. And then I'll slow down to 140 or so, and then turn off auto throttle as we land. I'll land with manual throttle, and then we'll kill autopilot at the last minute. So there you go. Pretty straightforward. We'll do gear and flaps like around this top of descent thing. Because that's when we descend again, I guess. Okay. It got cloudy, so good thing we're going to use ILS. Right? Well, I like that highway going by the river or the lake. Nice to be in the clouds. That's fun. Okay, so here's ILS here. Is it armed? Is that why it's in white? Or is it telling us to change? It's is it telling me to change? I mean, I can go like this, right? See, FMS is armed though. In the past, it's changed on its own, so I'm gonna let it be. I went back to FMS. We're gonna let it be. If I need to do a panic change, I'll do a panic change. It's just one click and one button on my multi-panel. But we'll see. It usually changes on its own, but there have been several updates since I've flown this plane, so who knows. Some final views outside, between clouds here. That's a cool view. Let's take a screenshot of that. That's awesome. That is really cool. They've had us so low for so long, though. Makes me kind of nervous, but we'll pretend the sim knows what it's doing. Famous last words. And we're getting closer and closer, so... should I slow down yet? No. Don't need to slow down yet. I mean, I'm guessing they're gonna tell me, but maybe they won't tell me. I don't know. About speed, anyway. There's this, like, stomach-looking lake in front of us. Right there, we're going to go around it apparently. It looks like we're going right at it.
Descend and maintain 2,500 feet turtle soup. Tango, Tango, Tango 41.
There we go. Let's slow down to 180 now. Because I'll be way more comfortable at 180. And and that's going to mess up our descent a little bit. I don't know why it's messing up the descent, but it is. There's 180. Oh, no. I'm going to go back to VNAV and go back to 230. Okay, fine. If we want to descend, we have to... Wait. We're not following the... Look it. We're not following GPS anymore. So now we got to do this manually? Okay, autopilot is off. Yeah, there's a runway right there. What the heck happened? Oh man, now we're screwed. Gear down. I think that's my gear button. Yeah. Now we're screwed because now our final is going to be like 10 feet. Look at. Oh my gosh.
Contact decall tower on 118 decimal tree when inbound.
Tower on 118 decimal tree, turtle soup, Tango, Tango, Tango 41. T-call tower turtle soup, Tango, Tango, Tango 414 miles northwest inbound ILS whiskey runway 11 approach.
Turtle soup, Tango, Tango, Tango for 1 T-call tower. Altimeter 29er decimal 9er 1 wind 100 at 4. Cleared ILS whiskey runway 11 approach. Turtle soup, Tango, Tango, Tango for 1 wind 100 at 4. Cleared to land runway 11.
Cleared to land runway 11 turtle soup, Tango, Tango, Tango 41.
Alright, we are going to make a U-turn and give ourselves some space. I think it's pretty obvious what I'm doing, but just in case, look at the map. I'm just going to make a U-turn here, even though we're already cleared. Gears down, flaps are all the way down. Turn off auto throttle, and we're just going to give ourselves a little bit more space. Whoops, I'll show you super fast on the drone. See, there's the runway. I was going way too fast, and there's no way I could have come down fast enough to land on that runway. So we're just going to do a manual landing. I guess pushing all the buttons made the autopilot upset. Why is my throttle not kicking in? Come on. Come on. Trim adjustments, throttle adjustments. I mean, we are flying super dirty. I should probably bring in some flaps before I do this, but not going to. Alright, is that enough space? I think that's enough space as long as we stay nice and slow. We are below our approach speed because I panicked a little bit, but we'll be okay. Alright, so flaps already down, gears already down. We did like a panic U-turn. I should have said go around, right? I should have declared missed approach and just flown over the runway and then taken the the missed approach pattern or whatever. So I'm doing a lot of things you wouldn't do. So if you were in the situation in real life, you would have just declared missed and followed instructions. But instead, I did the weird turtle way, because that's what we do here, is we do things differently. Now we just need to get back lined up and use ILS. I mean, I could re-engage autopilot and use approach, but I'm not going to. I guess I could. No, I don't need to. I'll just fly it in. Could fly it in like this if you wanted to. We're going way slower than we're supposed to. Alright, glide slope is there, so let's follow glide slope now. And we'll get back on track. Using throttles to descend. I'm not pointing down, I'm using throttles to descend. There we go. There's glide slope. So we'll just stay at just like this until the localizer joins the party. Glide slope starting to move, so let's slowly turn in here so we don't overshoot it. And glide slope, or below glide slope, so engage throttle for that. If I point up, it's just going to get slower and we'll crash. So there we go. I know we overshot the runway a little bit, but we'll keep going up. Come on. Get some throttle going here. Takes a lot of throttle when you're flying dirty config. Get back on that glide slope. And if we look out the window, we should see an airport or runway right in front of us. And there it is. Alrighty. Flying it in. I want to look outside. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Wow, look at that. Oh, very nice. But you know what happens when you look out the window, you go above glide slope. Alrighty, we're actually going to nose down to keep our speed up here. More throttle. I used to land this plane quite well for a while, then my landing was terrible. I think my last landing, like a year ago, was shockingly good. But we'll see what happens now. I haven't had any practice landings. I really want to look at that island to our left, but I need to land, so let's look quick. There we go. That's awesome. I gotta look at what that is. Alright, now we're above glide slope because I'm not paying attention. I'm looking out the window. So, being this high, maybe we should declare miss, but we're not going to. We're going to put the lines between our legs. We're going to keep throttle engaged. And then we're just going to hover over the runway until it touches itself down. And I can't remember my reverser button, but I'll figure it out. We don't need reversers. Oh, I think I remember what it is. Okay, here we go. Keep between the legs. Keep throttle engaged. And throttle or yoke back. And land. Come on, don't float. That's ground effects causing us to float. Are you going to land today? Come on. There we go. Nose wheel down gently. On the brakes. Reversers. That wasn't too bad since it's been over a year. That was actually pretty good.
Tango, 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 41, turn next taxiway.
Yep, we will. Pretty straightforward. I'm not going to follow that taxi ribbon.
Call tower Airbus Tango Golf Uniform 1407 miles west, inbound ILS Whiskey runway 11 approach. Airbus Tango Golf Uniform 140 T call tower. Altimeter 29.88 wind calm cleared ILS Whiskey runway 11 approach. Turtle Soup Tango 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 for 1 contact ground on 121.9er.
121.9er Turtle Soup Tango 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 41. Goodbye.
Okay, I went to ground and there's nothing there. It's just takeoff options and ATIS. Okay, that's weird. I'll turn these guys off. We can turn the pulse back on now. No, we can't. Yeah, that's weird that those turn off when you turn that on. I don't know, whatever. Alright, after landing, stop the clock. So we'll go to timers and we'll stop it. If I can get over there. 129, 130 exactly. That's awesome. Stop the clock. Taxi lights on, landing lights off, recog off, and flaps up. I think they are, aren't they? Did I forget the flaps up? Oh, they're in the flaps up now. Okay. Alrighty, my landing was going to be fantastic, and then ground effects caused me to float, and then I finally touched down. I didn't see my VSI at touchdown. It was okay. Maybe, I don't know, it wasn't terrible, but it was okay. So considering I haven't flown this thing in over a year, that wasn't too terrible. Alright, let's go park this thing here. Parking brake on. Whoops. There we go. Let's park this thing somewhere. Let's use this view so you can get a quick view of the airport, which isn't that big, but it's super cool in the jungle or something. I like that a lot. That's really cool. Alright, let's see. Let's just park over there somewhere. There's a taxi ribbon over there, so let's head on over there. And nothing to say to anybody, right? Nope. Okay, so we're done with the radio. Let's see. Whoa. Okay, they want us there, so we will go there then. Make them happy. And then, see, I told you it's going to be another like 40-minute video. A little bit less after editing it down. So, good way to split the video. Perfect. Well, brakes are really touchy for some reason. I'm coming. I'm coming. I did realize just now why my landing floated for so long, because you know how I said you land with throttles engaged, right, a little bit. And I had that part good, but then I kept them too engaged for too long, and that's another reason why we floated. So my own fault, but hey, it wasn't bad. Alrighty, let's see. Shut down, parking brake set. It is icing off. I already did that. External power on, if it's available, and it is. So now we're hooked up outside. Keep the tail flood on, but turn everything else off. Okie dokie. And time to turn the engines off, which are down here. You just hit stop like that, and it got quiet. Don't need the APU because we have external power, so the generators all come off now, and the batteries come off, and things are running because we're hooked up outside. And then once everybody is out and done, then we're going to stay the night. We turn the tail flood off, and then we turn the external power off, and boom. System failure? Well, we are cold and dark now, so wasn't trying to do anything with the system. Anywho, let's hop outside. So there you go. Incredibly successful flight. Even more successful because it's been over a year since I've done an IFR in this plane. Sometime soon I want to do an IFR in the TBM 900 or whatever. So anyway, hopefully you subscribe so you know when the next flight sim video drops. Hit notifications so you're notified. Hit the like button so people in the future know that we exist through the algorithm. And I don't know what's going to be next. Right now I'm wrapping up the Minecraft world and playing that train game because I can play for a minute here or there with very little commitment. But as far as flight sim stuff, not sure what I'm going to do next. I have plans, and I still take flight ideas from subscribers. I just need the time. So there you go. It's basically a time thing. So when I have time, I'll make a video, and if you're subscribed, you know when it goes up, and I'll see you then.